Everybody, Alex Rosenberg here, and welcome to my June 2024 Brutally Honest Earnings and News Report on YouTube. So it's been a while since I put together one of these YouTube videos, and the reason why, honestly, I just wasn't up for it. My results were pathetic for many months, for all the work that I put in over the last 10, 11 years, and it feels like earning $400, $500 just isn't worth it in this business. So I've scaled back my microstock workflow, focusing as usual more on book covers, which have more of a longevity and greater return, and plus it's better for my brand, and it's something I enjoy doing much more than micros. But the overall picture is not pretty, and this includes footage, which is selling for less than $5 for 4K, Shutterstock, almost non-existent sales on Pond5, very few sales on Adobe Stock for videos. Well, many sales, but the prices are very low. So all this combined, it just brought a sour taste to my mouth, and I just felt like it's just not worth continuing and sharing. But I mean, I love putting together the YouTube videos. It's good practice for me to talk. I just wish I had more positive news. But this month things have turned around. It's actually been a great month. I've finally broken over the 1K earnings mark, and it's really positive. Perhaps I'm turning a corner with my earnings and things will improve. So let's start with industry news. There's going to be an upcoming webinar, free webinar, featuring Clemency Wright. She's been featured on the blog, and I've interviewed her on the blog many times. She's given a lot of useful information on how to make images rank better on search engines. She's going to be talking about the mystery behind Alamy, and they have a different type system for ranking images, different than microstock. So sign up, it's free. It's going to be on the 9th, sorry, and I'm looking forward to it. So here it is, my detailed monthly earnings breakdown. What stands out are the 2 book covers at Arcangel. I'm going to get onto those later, and also the Adobe Stock upfront payment. And I had about 40 images, accepted 2 clips. So that brought a nice earnings for me. Overall, it's been okay month without the Arcangel, without Adobe Stock upfront payment. It's been okay, $400, $500, still, yeah. But hopefully things will get better. So thoughts on the month, I just talked about. Without those, it's been $500. Yeah, anything less than 1,000 these days for me is just, it's not worth it. And people ask me all the time, are you going to be upgrading? Yeah, but not for microstock. I have some client work that I do on a quite regular basis, and I would think about upgrading for those. And incidentally, I'll be using the gear for microstock, but upgrading for microstock is just a waste of time. And I have some good news, because I just I invested on the Air 3, DJI Air 3, so that's going to be coming in tomorrow, and I'm going to be looking forward to talking about that. I think I'll put together a YouTube video talking about my experience with the Air 3, and I have now 2 drones, the Mini 3 Pro and now the Air 3, so I got everything covered. And yeah, so talking here about my client work that I would upgrade. Now on to the Arcangel book covers, which were the meat of the month. Yeah, so 2 images sold. This composite here with Steve. It's been a good sale, you know. They just used my seagulls there, as you can see, and Stephen has most of the image, which Stephen says that the seagulls add to the atmosphere, and I have to agree with him. And the second image, every move you make, also a composite. They just took a piece of my stairs here, as you can see. The model looks very similar, so my take is that they were shortlisting a lot of images with a woman running and down a tunnel, whatever, and they found a little piece of mine that they liked. In the end, they didn't select my model, but it's all good. It's a sale, nevertheless. And here's me in Foyles, London. I was in London last week, and I managed to pick up a copy of this book and show the cover. So it's cool. So here I talk about designing considerations. And it's encouraging Arcangel that, you know, even though they don't take the main subject of on my images, I'm still getting paid handsomely for even small aspects of them. And this can add to the repeat sales. For instance, they took a piece of stairs for that image, so it remains that the model is there for another image. And also they took only some seagulls. Perhaps they would take, you know, the embankment for another image. There's no conflicts there. And now on to Alamy. So I had two large sales on Alamy, one for $41 for an exhibition that I shot in 2016 in Paris. So it took me a long time for this to sell. And then Barbie poster sold $47. This is a more recent image, of course, and quite a nice price for just image of a poster in Portugal. I should be shooting more posters of films, especially if they're blockbusters. On to Adobe stock, and without talking about the upfront payment, it's been a good month, $84 for the images. And June was Pride month, as you probably know, and I have a repeat sales of the Progress flag. So that's been selling for many months. And a high perspective image of cars in the parking lot with the electric post for Tesla and all sorts. And frustratingly, I talk about my turds, I stock turds, and also because it's related to the drone clips that are selling for very little. So here I stock turds. Yeah, they're selling. I had 12 sales of video sales I stock, and they sold for an average of $1.50 each, as you can see. All this is available on the report, of course, in more detail. I'm just going through it and adding a little bit more information. On to Shutterstock, and it's one of the agencies that have fallen the most in the past 5, 6, 7 years. And I've took an average month, May 2019 with May 2024, and honestly, even though my portfolio increased by 28%, images sold minus 42%, earnings minus 68%, average return per download minus 45%. So it's that hamster in the wheel that is going faster and faster, but you know, the speed is just increasing. It seems like he's going backwards. Well, I'm going backwards. I'm that stupid hamster, you know, giving my work away almost for free. So let's keep going. And the clips of Shutterstock are really bad, even though there was a nice clip of my brother here on the beach in Portugal, and this sold very nicely for $34. I should do more of these. I live very close to this, and then my brother and nephew lives close by as well, so I'm gonna speak with my brother. I'll pay him a nice dinner in return for the effort. And yeah, a week in London. I was in London last week, and I captured almost no microstock images. I'm just focusing on book covers. And of course I captured some editorials related to the Euro Cup, which I've sent to all the usual suspects, and mostly book covers. So here I'm going through them. Oh, this one is a charity mugger on the street, Tottenham Court Road, and people outside. Nice weather in London, not usual, but it does happen once in a while. And people outside the pub in Barbican, and then some book covers. Ryanair at the airport, and yeah, so it was nice. London's a good town. It's a little bit too expensive for my taste, honestly. I lived there for some 15 years. I don't think I would ever move back there. It's a weird place now. I prefer much being in Southern Europe. More friendly people, better weather, better food, better lifestyle, and it's just it fits me, my personality much better. But I'm hoping to be traveling much more towards the second half of the year. And I was actually even looking at going to Japan. It seems like a good place now. The exchange rate is favorable to the euro, and I want to visit that place before, you know, World War III starts. So it would be a good opportunity. And so on that note, I leave you. Hope to see you on the Alamy webinar with Clemency Wright, and I hope you had a good month. So speak to you soon. Take care. All the best.